From mystical Bagan and legendary Mandalay to the bustling commercial center of Yangon, Myanmar is full of treasures. Formerly known as Burma, the country shares boundaries with Thailand, Laos, Bangladesh, as well as India and China. After 50 years of military rule, Myanmar is now open for business and is actively courting foreign tourists, trade, and investments. I took the 24-hour journey from New York to attend the World Economic Forum on East Asia and the Young Global Leaders Summit. Over 1,000 people from 55 countries descended on the new capital of Naypyidaw to discuss Myanmar's future. The highlight of the trip was meeting Nobel Peace Laureate Aung San Suu Kyi. After 15 years of house arrest, she was one of the political prisoners released during the country's reform process, which started in November 2010. She surprised our health working group by joining us and urged for practical solutions to rebuilding the health system. The next day, she had a private session with the young global leaders where we discussed her leadership principles. That day, she announced her desire to run for president in 2015. Another treat was visiting the enormous presidential palace to meet President Thein. A fellow YGL from Burma was our ambassador.
On behalf of the Forum and the Young Global Leaders, Your Excellency, we had a great 2 days studying as much as we could about your country, about the reform process, and we took the opportunity to go into the field and meet with day-to-day people in arts and craft, in social services, in private enterprise, and we took away a lot of inspiration from our visit.
Our impact journey explored the role of faith in Myanmar's future. With 90% of the people practicing Buddhism, it is called the land of pagodas, with the most famous being 2,600 years old. We first experienced Vipassana meditation at the Mahasi Meditation Center. Once again, YGL Thurako served as our translator.
Sometimes you will feel some discomfort, some itching on your knee. Again, rather than rush to relieve that sensation, you should first note itching, 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 and after a while actually you ignore the actual sensation and just you detach yourself from what it is doing to you, and then you bring your mind back to the rising and falling, rising.
From that Buddhist introduction, we went to the Myanmar Institute of Theology, which is a predominantly Christian institution offering a liberal arts education. We led an experiential workshop with the students, focused on shared spiritual values that transcend any one religion.
Patience, forgiveness, humility, love. Think about one of those qualities and maybe think about a situation or something you would like to see progress in Myanmar.
We ended our day at the Sitagu International Buddhist Academy and a panel discussion with both Muslim and Buddhist leaders. We came away with a greater understanding of how interfaith leadership can play a role in the country's progress.
When we gather Hindu or Jew or Muslims and Christians, our common ground is Almighty God. When our Buddhist brother, they join together, we cannot walk on that ground. So we have to choose this loving affection.
Loving affection is a concept that underpins the society, and I believe is a quality that can set the tone for national reconciliation and inclusive development. With a young and large labor force, an abundance of natural resources such as oil, gas, and minerals, and easy access to 40% of the world's population, Myanmar is primed for growth. But the journey has just begun. There are over 100 different nationalities. Almost 70% of the 60 million people live in rural areas with agriculture as their base. Access to capital is limited, but ATMs are emerging and there are plans to set up a stock exchange. Although the brand new airport in the capital is said to accommodate 3.5 million people a year, our group seemed to overload their system. And yet, the multi-lane highway had hardly any cars on it. As old meets new, the challenge will be to chart a mindful path of development that is inclusive and sustainable to preserve the native culture and environment while taking advantage of the immense market opportunities. Whether you're coming to taste the food, shop for jade, explore the ancient cities, or invest in an emerging market, Myanmar is the place to be. Pack light, have patience, and get ready to witness the rebirth of the Golden Land.